From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith and looks like we're going to fix our prompter.
Okay. Anyway, we've got a lot of stories coming up. But first this morning, we're going to start again with a check of the forecast. It looks like a beautiful sunny day on the way. We've been waiting for that for a while.
Right.
And now it's finally here.
And Devin Bink says the forecast.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get things rolling out here this morning. Some areas of dense fog have been developing across parts of the state, again, especially in the northwestern areas. But for us, we've been looking pretty good so far. Don't be surprised if you do encounter some patchy fog in a few areas as you do head out the door this morning. But otherwise, though, looking pretty good, though. So take a look outside. I promise the radar and satellite is working. There's just nothing overhead right now, which means a very nice day on the way for us. So definitely get outside and enjoy the nice weather today. Temperatures in the 60s and a lot of sunshine. Can't pass that up, right? Because we're going to be watching for rain right here. That'll be tracking off towards the north and east. And that'll give us a chance for some soggy weather that will be on the way very soon. So we'll need to make sure to keep an eye on that. So futurecast moving forward for today, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds late. Will become partly cloudy later on tonight and mostly cloudy as we head towards your Saturday. The wind's not a big deal at all, mainly at around 5, maybe close to 10 miles per hour in a few spots, but overall remaining relatively calm at least until Saturday before we pick up to around 10 miles per hour or so. So a forecast for today, upper 60s, mostly sunny. That's awesome out there, right? The north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour with high temperatures in the upper 60s. Can't pass that up. Later on tonight, though, here we go. Upper 30s and a partly cloudy sky, and the wind overall remaining nice and calm as well. For tomorrow, upper 50s, mostly cloudy. Southeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Looks like a great day ahead. Well, in today's news, Waterville police have announced the arrests of 2 men for a burglary at a local pawn shop. 20-year-old Damian Marcial Alexander of Waterville and 21-year-old Ryan Ansart of Massachusetts are both named as suspects in the case. Authorities believe they're the men responsible for breaking into JR's pawn shop on April 10th of last year. They say the men were wearing masks when they broke glass to enter the business and then smashed a display case to steal 14 handguns. Alexander and Ansart are both charged with theft of firearms from a licensed firearms dealer. Officials say Waterville police worked with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and other agencies to investigate that case and make the arrests.
A former Glenburn man convicted of killing a man and dismembering him is challenging his conviction. The move stems from the new evidence that Maine's Attorney General's office says Jimmy Lipham knew about for years. A jury found Jimmy Lipham guilty of murdering 53-year-old David Langway of Winterport in 2003. During his trial, Lipham claimed he accidentally killed Langway when he tripped and the gun went off. Prosecutors say he shot Langway in the back of the head intentionally and cut off his arms and legs so he could be buried more easily. Yesterday afternoon, the judge hearing his case denied a request by the state to dismiss Lipham's post-conviction review and requested an evidentiary hearing.
Well, game wardens located a missing woman in the woods in Kennebunkport early Thursday morning. They say 65-year-old Helen Bailey had become disoriented and lost in the woods behind her house while she was walking her dog. Bailey's husband reported her missing after her dog was found without her about 1.5 miles away from their home. Game warden Chad Robertson and his canine Storm began searching in the area where her cell phone was located a little before midnight and then found her just about 15 minutes later. Bailey was severely hypothermic when she was located and was taken to a hospital to be checked out.
Maine legislators invited the public and residents of Fairfield to a meeting last night to discuss the current situation and future solutions surrounding PFAS in the state of Maine. Legislators and a variety of superintendents, organized by Representative Richard Campbell and Representative Shelley Rudnicki, shared their current struggles with the logistics surrounding the removal or remediation of PFAS in Maine. The public had the opportunity to voice questions and concerns regarding the variety of efforts to combat PFAS concentrations across the state.
I'm very, very strongly in favor of the Maine DEP sitting at the table with us. It's a very difficult situation. People have been impacted tremendously. I am very thankful for the meeting. Anytime we can talk about the issue, it's good. I still find that there are responsibilities here that are not being stepped up to on, and I brought those out tonight.
Earlier this week, the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife reduced the PFAS wildlife consumption advisory in the Fairfield area by around 80%, following new testing data of wild deer and turkey. That means hunters can safely eat the animals found outside that area, according to them. It also comes at a time when the Maine CDC issued new warnings about fish that could be tainted with PFAS on certain waterways. They say people should limit the number of fish they eat from those waterways. More information can be found on the Maine CDC website.
A bill that would create safe sites for individuals to self-administer drugs was debated in a public hearing in front of the Criminal Justice and Public Safety Committee at the State House. Our Matthew Juronsik was also there.
Should this bill be passed into law, cities or towns that approve a safe consumption site must meet certain requirements, including having a clean environment and proper training for on-site staff should someone overdose. The proposed bill would also mean that law enforcement cannot charge participants inside these areas with an offense while using drugs such as opioids and fentanyl. Bill's sponsor, Representative Grayson Lookner, says this idea is the best way to fight the ongoing crises at hand.
The science tells us that the best way to save lives is to create environments in which people can get avenues to recovery, as well as be able to not have to worry about dying when they're engaging in a behavior that we don't necessarily want to encourage, but we don't want people to die either.
Lawmakers and organizations that support the bill say this is the best alternative to keep people safe that use drugs.
This is about helping people stay alive, not punishing them by making them be at the edges of our society and be arrested and die behind dumpsters.
It is up to this committee to decide if people who use drugs deserve to die alone, outside in apartments and cars and public bathrooms and tents. We are losing young people in college, parents with children, friends, caregivers, taxpayers, and I'll also include that we are losing children too, if you have been paying attention.
The Maine Sheriff's Association opposes the bill. Waldo County Sheriff Jason Trundy, who was representing the organization, says there is not enough data to know whether a system like this would actually work.
We understand that there are some states that have implemented this type of a program, but we really feel like there hasn't been enough time to pass to really give us enough data about the impact of that for the entire community.
In Augusta, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The Mills administration has issued $25 million in COVID-19 payments to long-term care organizations around the state. Governor Janet Mills says the money for 129 long-term care organizations will help support their continued recovery from the pandemic. The governor proposed the Maine Care payments in her supplemental budget. It passed by the legislature, and she signed it into law in February. The president of the Maine Healthcare Association said the supplemental support comes at a critical time as nursing homes and residential care facilities experience exorbitant costs.
Fishermen in Maine's historic herring fishing business will receive money from the federal government. It's meant to help them cope with the decline in the fish's population that has caused the industry to struggle. The Maine Department of Marine Resources says the government has appropriated $7 million for the fishermen. Atlantic herring were found to be overfished by a 2020 scientific assessment, and fishing quotas were slashed after that. The herring are especially important to New England's fishing industry because they are used as bait by the lobster fishermen out there. And the price of them have gone up over the years. Everything's gone up, so
yeah,
they could use all the help they can get.
Absolutely. Between that and diesel, oh my gosh,
yes.
I can imagine it's a struggle. All right, well, coming up on Good Morning Maine, an emotional day for some at Ellsworth High School, where students are learning about the dangers of drinking and driving.
But first, another check of that forecast. A beautiful day ahead today. It will be sunny and awesome. The high will be up near 67 degrees. It's a new meteorological term there.
Awesome.
It's going to be awesome. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy with highs in the upper 30s. Then, actually, mostly cloudy tomorrow. Maybe a little sun.
You got all caught up on the awesome.
I'm still thinking about awesome. The highs tomorrow will be around 59. I say it's going to be an awesome day, so
yes.
We'll use it. So enjoy the awesome weather, everyone. We'll be right back.
NexGard is the flea and tick protection that's #1 with vets. Your vet trusts it for her patients and her own dog. Plus, its delicious beef flavor is #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard.
This summer, when the mission is to save humanity, who can you count on the most?
Hey, I'm a celebrity on 2 planets now.
Stars on Mars, coming this June on Fox.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
It's a bad deal all the way around, and we don't want to see that happen here.
It's pretty scary. It's pretty scary stuff.
I think the average citizen isn't going to know this stuff until it's too late. And by then, it's too late. Once this horse gets out of the barn, you're not going to get it back in. It's as simple as that.
Bills currently in the legislature could steer Maine down the path to decriminalizing the possession and use of illicit drugs. The city of Brewer is sounding the alarm. What they say this could mean for the community tonight at 10.
Police, fire, and rescue crews were on hand at the Ellsworth High School Thursday afternoon. They weren't responding to an emergency. Rather, they were trying to prevent one through education. Our David Ledford spoke with students to learn more. And a disclaimer, part of their demonstration is quite graphic.
It felt real, like a lot realer than I was expecting.
For the first time since 2018, the Ellsworth Police Department hosted Every 15 Minutes, a drunk driving awareness campaign intended to warn students about the dangers of driving under the influence. Ellsworth police, firefighters, and other first responders prepared a lifelike crash scene to show the consequences of drunk driving in real time. The annual program has been on hold since the start of the pandemic. For some, the return of the event felt a little too real.
My sophomore year, 3 of my friends died in a car accident when I was at Sumner. Kind of made it all seem real and kind of like what they went through. Don't do it, don't be stupid.
Someone in the United States dies every 45 minutes from an alcohol-related collision. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation's National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. During the morning leading up to the event, students were pulled from class every 15 minutes to highlight the harsh reality of drunk driving deaths, with a simulation that portrayed a fatal crash involving students at the school. For those who participated in the day, the experience didn't end when the demonstration was over.
We paint their faces white so they stand out from other students. We give them also a t-shirt that says "Living Dead" on the back. I take them away overnight with no cell phones, no laptops, and I keep them till tomorrow.
A mock trial took place at the Ellsworth District Court, where the student acting as the driver was held accountable. Some students say the intense nature of the day was overwhelming but effective.
There's some kids going down bad paths, and I would never want to see that happen to an actual friend of mine. The kid being brought in the body bag that was really rough. That's really rough.
Seeing the parents come over and cry over their children, really touching.
On Friday, a funeral will be held at the school for the students that acted as the victims in the crash. In Ellsworth, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
If you're ever traveling in the town of Penobscot, possibly stopping for some lunch or ice cream at Bayview Takeout, you may have noticed a field next door. But this is not an ordinary field. Sherm Perkins Park is now part of the Blue Hill Heritage Trust and Maine Coast Heritage Trust, and they have big plans for that area. The plan is to revitalize the area over the next couple of years and make it a pollinator's paradise.
So the hope is that a place that has been basically just mowed for the last several years can become beautiful for the community, but also a healthier ecosystem for pollinators, birds, wildlife.
Working with students from Penobscot Community School and other members of the community, they plan to transform the area, adding host plants that bees, beetles, and butterflies love. Queen Anne's lace, golden Alexander, and milkweed are among the plants they plan to add to the area. No better way to preserve the beauty of the coast of Maine. You just keep making it even more beautiful.
Yeah, that was a scenic area, and to have all sorts of butterflies and bees going around, I can't imagine anything better.
Boy, we need those pollinators too.
We do.
You know?
We do. On that note, if you push off mowing your lawns right now, that encourages them to come there, and that's good for them. So
yeah, let them enjoy the dandelions until
Right.
all the other flowers come out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, well, the time now is 8:15. After the break, it's been 20 years as of this week that 16 New Sweden church members were poisoned from drinking church coffee.
We'll check out that story and more as we look back as Good Morning Maine continues.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only Candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine. Conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. And remember, between May and August, kids bowl for free. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
At Hood, our love for New England inspired New England Creamery. We make it with premium Hood milk and cream, then we overload it with the good stuff. Like Green Mountain Mint Chip with a rich fudgy swirl. Maine Sweet Blueberry with real delicious blueberries. And Cape Cod Fudge Shop, packed with fudgy truffles. Hood's New England Creamery, from Hood, for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
20 years ago this week, 16 New Sweden church members fell mysteriously ill after drinking coffee at their church.
One of them passed away, and authorities learned that someone had poisoned them with arsenic. It was a crime that shocked people in Maine and across the nation.
Devin Dagnall returned to the town and gives us a look back at that unusual case.
The Bureau of Health investigates the death of one man.
What's taking so long to solve the mystery?
Now you're wondering who would have such a grievance they'd want to harm these people.
This is the largest single-dose arsenic poisoning that we've have on record in the world.
In 2003, ABC7 covered the story that shocked the nation.
20 years later, we're back in New Sweden to revisit the case of the Gustav Adolf Lutheran Church arsenic poisoning.
On Sunday, April 27, 2003, Daniel Bondenson poisoned 16 members of the Gustav Adolf Lutheran Church by mixing arsenic into the church's coffee, sending all 16 to the hospital. One man, Walter Reed Morrill, died. To this day, authorities are still baffled by the case.
At that point, we didn't have any idea what the hell this was about.
Brian Strout was one of the detectives who covered the case, and he says it's one he could never forget.
I just remember thinking, man, why would somebody think to do something like this?
Over the course of the day, all church members who had been poisoned arrived at Cary Medical Center for treatment. A few needed to be transferred to Bangor due to their critical condition. Dan Harrigan was one of the ER doctors who treated the victims.
I said to her, "Is he all right?" And she said, "Bad coffee at the Lutheran Church."
Harrigan says all of the victims exhibited similar symptoms of vomiting and diarrhea, but with limited knowledge, they weren't immediately able to find the cause. Through testing, medical analysis determined the cause to be arsenic a day after the poisoning. Today, Harrigan maintains Bondenson never wanted to kill anyone. Those we spoke with say Bondenson felt extreme guilt for his actions. 5 days after the poisoning, Bondenson committed suicide.
He just wanted to sort of give some people a bellyache, and he unfortunately I was so distraught at what he had done that about 5 days later, he put a gun to his chest and shot himself.
He had left some correspondence kind of explaining what went on. And as I remember, I was told the note was kind of exonerating his sister and more taking the blame himself.
In the years after the poisoning, Morrell's family and his community are keeping his legacy alive. The year after his death, a leaf was added to Cary Medical Center's Tree of Life. Just last year, the Jefferson Cary Foundation partnered with Morrell's family to create the Walter Reed Morrell Memorial Scholarship, an annual scholarship that is awarded to local students going into the nursing field. We reached out to Morrell's family to talk about how his legacy has been continued, but they declined, stating his death is something they would prefer not to remember, but they can never forget. Back to you.
Devin Dagnall reporting. I remember when that happened, it was just such a shocking crime to everybody that heard about it. Biggest mass poisoning in, I don't know how many years around, so it certainly made national news. And the folks here at Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor were instrumental in identifying what the poison was and then coming up with a way to treat all those people. It really is incredible that only one person died because they were really sick when that happened.
Right, and on that note, I'm glad a scholarship was able to be created in his name to honor that.
Honoring the one victim out of that. The person that passed away anyway.
Right.
All right, switching gears to a much better thing. Sunny and awesome today.
Sunny and awesome.
Is the forecast.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
All right, here we are. Some areas of the state dealing with a little bit of fog this morning. I have to look toward the northwestern areas before you see some reduced visibility down to near zero in a few spots this morning. For us, we're fine, but don't be surprised if you notice some patchy fog as you do head out the door this morning. Everyone else, though, is looking really nice out there. We're going to see a lot of sunshine for us. Get outside and enjoy temperatures in the 60s and plenty of sunshine. Will be a nice way to wrap up the work week. Let's zoom things out, though. We do have some changes on the way, and it starts with this. Before then, we get to enjoy high pressure, but we do have low pressure on the way from the southwest going to the north and east. And this will give us our next opportunity for rain on the way as we head towards Saturday night and a Sunday, a multi-day chance for rain yet again. Not what we need, but we do have that on the way starting Saturday night. So futurecast for today, this is that day to get outside. A lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds. By later on tonight, you'll be watching for a little bit more clouds on the way later on with a partly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy for the day for your Saturday. The opportunities for rain start to get going as we head towards Saturday night and the parts of Sunday as well. And then beyond that, though, we'll be watching for better opportunities for rain. But at least for early Sunday morning, we'll be watching for the rain moving in. We'll be watching it moving in from the southwest going toward the north and east. Notice how the isobars get stacked. That means some gusty winds will be on the way. And this means some moderate to heavy rainfall will be expected by early Monday morning. So make sure to keep an eye on that as well as you do head out the door on Monday morning. But once we get that line through, we'll back off as we head towards Monday evening. And some breaks in precipitation as well, but still some scattered showers possible by Tuesday afternoon as well. And that could also linger into parts of Wednesday morning as well. So we'll have multiple waves of showers possible throughout the next several days. So we'll need to make sure to keep an eye on that. How much rain can we possibly see? A lot between now and at least Tuesday, with a lot of it kicking in as we get towards Saturday night. Maybe an inch or two of rain before we're all finished up. We're still quite a few days out from this, so make sure to keep an eye on this. We're still looking like several inches of rain, at least 1 to 2 inches at least, on the way for a few areas. Wave heights thankfully are low for the time being at around 2 feet according to the buoy. So of course, no small craft advisories in effect at this time. Our average high temperature is 59 degrees. We'll reach for the upper 60s above normal today. We'll be right at normal for tomorrow in the upper 50s, cooling off into the upper 40s Sunday. So a little bit below normal. But back in the 50s and 60s by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and also into your Thursday. So a little bit of a roller coaster right here over the next few days according to the temperature chart. So your forecast for today, upper 60s, mostly sunny and awesome. And that north breeze at about 5 miles per hour. For tonight, upper 30s and a partly cloudy sky. And the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, upper 50s cooling off a bit, mostly cloudy, southeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. The rain moves in Saturday night and the parts of Sunday as well. Better opportunities for rain get going early Monday morning, continuing throughout the day. And we'll keep the rain chances going through Tuesday. Temperatures will be up and down. Upper 60s today, we're in the 50s and 40s Saturday and Sunday. Back in the 50s Monday and back in the 60s again as we head towards your Tuesday.
This is the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder and Rogue. With a range of drive modes, you can take a Sunday stroll in the least basic of places.
Get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue. No matter what type of dog you have or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you qualified to do this?
What? Especially when it comes to your finances.
Are you a certified financial planner?
I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP.
Here at Twin City Tire and Service, you will be working with industry professionals. We have ASE certified master technicians and certified tire and lube technicians. If we need your vehicle for a duration of time, we offer a complimentary shuttle service and can even offer a loaner vehicle. Being a client at Twin City Tire and Service means that we will treat you right. This includes a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on mechanical repairs. We also provide you with 1 year of complimentary roadside assistance. Come see us today at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer.
This is the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder and Rogue. With a range of drive modes, you can take a Sunday stroll in the least basic of places.
Get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue.
A man in Massachusetts who's accused of murdering his wife pleads not guilty to 3 new charges. His wife Anna was last seen on January 1st. Investigators were able to track Brian to a Lowe's that same day where he purchased a number of items, including a hacksaw. Investigators also found Google searches on an iPad belonging to one of Brian's children that included how long does Lowe's maintain securing videos, 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to, and how long for someone to be missing to inherit. Brian is the sole beneficiary of a life insurance policy for Anna that could pay close to $3 million. That case, of course, is in Massachusetts.
Tough new talk in the race for 2024. The insults are flying, and one long-shot Democrat is telling us why he thinks he can beat President Biden. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
It's still very early in the campaign season, but last night, President Biden and Vice President Harris held a virtual campaign strategy call, pinpointing guns and abortion as 2 issues they'll be emphasizing going forward.
This is about our freedoms. MAGA Republicans are trying to take us backwards.
Former President Trump was in New Hampshire addressing his many legal troubles.
I fly over a state that happens to be Democrat-run. They send me a subpoena to go before a grand jury. These people are sick. They're weaponizing that stuff.
Trump slamming Biden's record on crime and the border and mocking the campaign video Biden released this week.
Prepackaged video that took supposedly 7 takes to get it right. If right is what you want to call it.
Republican candidate Nikki Haley also questioning Biden's competence, suggesting Biden, who's now 80, may not live long enough to finish a second term.
If you vote for Joe Biden, you really are counting on a President Harris, because the idea that he would make it until 86 years old is not something that I think is likely.
Meanwhile, another Democrat in the race, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., sat down with ABC's Lindsay Davis, speaking about his background in environmental law and why he thinks he can take on Biden.
I think I know more about how to fix regulatory agencies than any other politician in this country because I've spent 40 years suing them.
Kennedy, known for his anti-vaccine rhetoric, is a long shot. Author Marianne Williamson is also running for the Democratic nomination. As for Republicans, there are now 5 candidates, not including Florida Governor Ron DeSantis or former Vice President Mike Pence. They're expected to make their decisions by summer.
Just the real beginning of that race, too.
Right.
We know other people are going to be jumping in, so it could be pretty crowded by the time we get there.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right, when we return, we'll have your community calendar for local events going on in the area.
Don't go away.
Time to get out there and enjoy the spring weather in your new all-wheel drive Toyota. Because right now, at the Toyota Spring Sales Event, you could save up to $1,800 with affordable 3.99% financing on a luxurious Highlander. And every Highlander comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. So come get your savings, then get out there. your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Are you considering buying a new home? A home inspection is a major step in the home buying process. Knowing the current condition of your future home is very important. From simple DIY repairs to major issues that could cost thousands down the road. Not only can TJ inspect your property, but he is also a licensed contractor. Give him a call today at 210-5000 for a free inspection quote.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Friday, April 28th, 2023. Friday.
It's Friday.
Yeah. Today is also National Arbor Day. I don't know where that came from. Just excited about
We're excited.
Friday.
It's an awesome day. All right. Since 1972, the Arbor Day Foundation has planted trees in efforts to take on some of the biggest environmental challenges of our time. This is because, as many of us know, trees play a critical role in cleaning our air, water, and providing habitats for wildlife. Not to mention creating essential places for communities and supporting our own health and well-being.
Also great places to build tree houses.
Great point.
So many uses for trees.
Very good point. Climbing trees,
Yeah.
that's pretty important.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay. I was just going to say, it's a beautiful day. So, if you were to plant a tree today, you'd get that sun, and then in the next couple days it would get rain. So is that good? Is that a good environment to plant a tree? I'd say so.
Perfect time of year to plant
Right.
some trees. In fact, I know there's some nurseries that will encourage you to plant some native species of Maine trees.
Yep.
That will help our environment around here.
Absolutely.
So, it's a good thing to do with the kids too. They can learn about this kind of thing.
Absolutely. The weather's just right. We'll have Devin Biggs in a couple minutes, but
For the awesome sunny forecast.
for the awesome sunny forecast.
We're having fun with that one this morning. On this day in history, in 1789, Captain William Bligh of the British ship Bounty and 18 of his men were set adrift by mutinous sailors, led by the master's mate Fletchen Christian. This, of course, inspired the critically acclaimed film Mutiny on the Bounty, starring Marlon Brando and others stars.
Yes.
Take it away.
And I think the first one was Clark Gable too, because we said in the 6 a.m. hour that it was remade, but I think this one is the remake. There was a very early version, but
I think there's been another one too, with like Mel Gibson or somebody like
Oh,
that. So,
okay.
A more modern version. But
Okay.
I tend to like the classic versions better.
Yeah,
but,
right. We'll have to, this deserves a Google later on. All right, and in 1855, the first veterinary college in the United States was incorporated in Boston. In 1947, the Norwegian ethnologist and adventurer Thor Heyerdahl and a small crew set sail from Peru aboard the primitive raft Kon-Tiki and arrived in Polynesia 3.5 months later. And in 2003, Apple launched its iTunes Store, giving users the ability to purchase and download music right from the internet directly onto their iTunes library.
Kind of changing the way we buy music and other things, including video games for that matter.
Right.
So,
right.
For birthdays today, we have American writer Harper Lee, known for writing the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel To Kill a Mockingbird back in 1960, with a subsequent film coming out in 1962. She passed away in 2016. Actress Penelope Cruz, known for her roles in films like All the Pretty Horses and Volver, is 48 today. And TV host and comedian Jay Leno, who recently did a gig up in Orono, is 72 today. Happy birthday to them.
Yeah. All right, moving on now. It is going to be awesome and sunny, and Devin Biggs has all those details.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get things rolling out here this morning. Some areas of dense fog have been developing across parts of the state, again, especially in the northwestern areas. But for us, we've been looking pretty good so far. Don't be surprised if you do encounter some patchy fog in a few areas as you do head out the door this morning. But otherwise, though, looking pretty good, though. So take a look outside. I promise the radar and satellite is working. There's just nothing overhead right now, which means a very nice day on the way for us. So definitely get outside and enjoy the nice weather today. Temperatures in the 60s and a lot of sunshine. Can't pass that up, right? Because we're going to be watching for rain right here. That'll be tracking off towards the north and east. And that'll give us a chance for some soggy weather that will be on the way very soon. So we'll need to make sure to keep an eye on that. So futurecast moving forward for today, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds late. Will become partly cloudy later on tonight and mostly cloudy as we head towards your Saturday. The wind's not a big deal at all, mainly at around 5, maybe close to 10 miles per hour in a few spots, but overall remaining relatively calm at least until Saturday before we pick up to around 10 miles per hour or so. tomorrow. So a forecast for today, upper 60s, mostly sunny. That's awesome out there, right? The north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour with high temperatures in the upper 60s. Can't pass that up. Later on tonight, though, here we go. Upper 30s and a partly cloudy sky, and the wind overall remaining nice and calm as well. For tomorrow, upper 50s, mostly cloudy. Southeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, it's a beautiful day out there, and there's plenty of stuff going on in the community today and tomorrow, so let's take a look at that community calendar. All right, all sorts of stuff going on this weekend.
Including a big smelt fry coming in down East Maine.
Including a big smelt fry,
yeah.
So we'll hear about that in a little bit. Also, Tyler Cruz has a great mix of local sports plus a glimpse from last night's NFL draft.
And we will be talking smelts with a special guest, so don't go away.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
Hewitt Lift and Rolodoc creates
the strongest, simplest, and most reliable dock system. With one simple goal:
to get you on the lake
faster and easier than anyone else.
Because at Hewitt,
we build stronger.
After 40 years of quality building, we get it.
Hewitt Family builds for your family.
For your family.
For your family.
Stand on the solid foundation of the Hewitt family.
Docks, pontoon legs, and boat lifts.
You work hard, play harder. You deserve a Hewitt.
This week on Jeopardy!
Sunday's on the phone to Monday, Tuesday's on the phone to me.
A legendary quiz show rocks with the legendary Beatles.
With a love like that, you know you should be glad.
And speaking of love, a romantic match made with Jeopardy!
Who I see here married his work sweetheart.
We would text about Jeopardy every night, and that was how we started to bond.
Is that what the young people are doing? Romantic texts about Jeopardy?
It worked for us.
Feel the passion on Jeopardy!
Tonight at 7:30 on Fox 22 due to the NFL Draft on ABC.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defend the tag titles against the Usos, plus the first night of the WWE Draft. An all-new Friday Night SmackDown, tonight on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start right here in Bangor, where Bangor High Rams softball is beginning 2023 with plenty of experience on the field. They have a new head coach, but her youth is helping her fit in quite nicely. Ryan Sudol has the story.
We've all been here and we've been doing this. Some of us have been playing since Little League all the way up together, so it's a very special group.
Bangor High School softball is underway in 2023. And if you ask them, there's no question what their number one advantage is.
Definitely senior leadership, our senior leadership.
All the seniors, we've got a lot of seniors.
7 of them, to be exact.
Senior night's going to be quite the process.
But experience is nothing unless you put it to good use. For instance, they have 3 starting pitchers. A rotation like that is a rarity for high school softball.
Teams don't really know what pitcher's going to pitch in the next game, so having 3 that can cycle in at all times, it's good.
Plus, their offense is developing quite nicely. In their second game of the year, they put up 14 runs against Lewiston.
Our bats are really alive right now. We struggled with that a little bit in the preseason, but we're expecting to get a lot better at that.
But amongst all the familiar faces, there's a fresh atmosphere in the program with first-year head coach and recent Wesleyan grad, Sophia Sharapa.
She's just coming out of playing college softball, so she brings a lot of experience to the table, definitely.
And with her being one of the younger high school varsity coaches, period, she's already made a strong connection.
She's only like 6 years older than us, so I think she relates to a lot of us in some ways, so it's been good so far.
And with all the memories that the seniors on this team have made with each other, they're aiming high for their final one together.
It's kind of surreal to think about because we've all played Little League together, and then to know that this is our last season, we just want to give it our all and make it as far as we can.
We all have the final goal of states, or at least making it as far as we can in the playoffs, so that's definitely our motivation.
In Bangor, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Let's stay with Bangor, but head over to some baseball now. The Rams home on Thursday, hosting the Coyotes from Old Town. Rams looking to pick up the win and move to 2-1. Coyotes looking for the 3-0 start. Picking this up in the third, first and second for Gavin Glanville True at the dish. He swings and lifts this one into the outfield. Kyle Johnson gets on his horse coming around second, around third. He would score safely. Glanville True on third now for senior Matt Holmes. And Holmes is going to get this one to fall in fair ground in left field, and that's going to bring in another run. Still in the third, runner on second for Johnson. He pokes this one through the hole at short. That's going to bring in George Suckalo. Rams up big. Coyotes would get on the board here too, though. They'd get 6 in the bottom of the fourth, including this RBI single from Preston Vos. They would not catch the Rams. Bangor wins 15-6. Let's stay with some high school sports here. Some big news coming out on Thursday morning across the high school sports world in Maine as the MPA's classification committee officially approved all of the reclassification proposals for the next coming season. The committee approved reclassifications across the board from volleyball to drama. Some of the biggest changes are on your screen. Class A and Class D in football will no longer be statewide classes. There will be North and South regions there. That impacts the size of the other classes as well. For the first time in Maine history, too, there will be a 5th class for high school soccer. And that class is an 8-player soccer class available to small schools. They can choose whether or not to drop there, and they'll still be able to compete with those 11-player teams as well. And in basketball, teams with a winning percentage less than 25% over the past 2 seasons can now drop down a class regardless of enrollment. John Babson Orono girls, 2 schools in our area changing. And with those enrollment number changes, Hamden Academy is back in Class A. Also with basketball, the vote on replay will come next month, but everything voted on Thursday was done to make things more competitive.
I think anything that was done today, the idea was to make things as more competitive as possible in the short term. I think, scheduling is still going to be determined by the schools, but we do know that classification does drive scheduling.
All right, looking forward to some 8-player soccer. Let's go to some football now. First round of the NFL draft on ABC on Thursday. Patriots were slated to pick 14th, but to no surprise, traded out of it for a couple late rounders and then made their first pick of the draft at 17. And with that pick, they took defensive back Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon. Gonzalez had a 81.4 coverage grade in 2022, according to Pro Football Focus. That was good for 4th in the Pac-12. In his junior season at Oregon, the most recent one, he posted 50 total tackles, 4 interceptions, with an average return of just under 30 yards. Also had 7 passes deflected. They really needed a new Devin McCourty. Gonzalez is also very excited to get to work at his new home and for his new coach.
You are going to be playing for a Hall of Fame coach in Bella Belichick. What does this mean to you?
Oh, it means everything. I'm super excited for this opportunity. I can't wait to get out there and just go to work.
Certainly excited to see what he can do. And lastly, we will go to the hardwood. Celtics-Hawks in Game 6 sees looking to put away Atlanta and move on to the next round. Trae Young and the Hawks, they want a Game 7. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they're going to have other plans for Atlanta. This one was back and forth late, but we'll pick it up early in the first. Celtics up. Tatum stops, gives to Malcolm Brogdon, and Brogdon drains the triple. To the second half we go now. Celtics up just 1 now. DeJounte Murray gets inside, kicks it to the corner, and DeAndre Hunter drains that triple to give Atlanta the lead. Atlanta up 3 now in the fourth. Jaylen Brown with it, pulls up over Murray, and he cashes home the game-tying 3. A couple of plays later, Tatum over to Smart. Look at the passing on this sequence here from Marcus Smart. That gives Horford an open 3. Celtics up 3. Same score now in the fourth. Tatum is going to want in on the action too. Steps back and buries it. Celtics use a late 14-0 run to take Game 6 128-120. They face Philly in the next round. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Here at the Eddington store, we have what you're craving. From Holton Dairy Farm products to our daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Did I mention we have fresh cut meats? From hamburg to steaks and even fresh produce, we have what you're craving. And while you're here, don't forget your ice cream at the Dairy Bar and homemade whoopie pies. Are you low on fuel? We offer gas, diesel, and propane too. The Eddington store, we're more than your average convenience store. We look forward to seeing you.
Does your vehicle need a little more work? Have an odd sound coming from somewhere? Bring it over to Jackson's Automotive in Old Town. We have the best technicians and offer a fair price. We also accept all aftermarket protection plans. Now, if you're unable to drive your vehicle to us, we can help you get it here. Also, if you'd like to protect your vehicle for years to come, we offer Wool Wax undercarriage protection. We're located at 546 Main Street in Old Town. Give us a call at 827-2676.
It's a bad deal all the way around, and we don't want to see that happen here.
It's pretty scary. It's pretty scary stuff.
I think the average citizen isn't going to know this stuff until it's too late. And by then, it's too late. Once this horse gets out of the barn, you're not going to get it back in. It's as simple as that.
Bills currently in the legislature could steer Maine down the path to decriminalizing the possession and use of illicit drugs. The city of Brewer is sounding the alarm. What they say this could mean for the community tonight at 10.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. We're here with Dwayne Shaw. He is the Executive Director of the Down East Salmon Federation. Dwayne, thank you for joining us today.
It's a great pleasure to be here.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. And you're here, of course, to talk about the annual Smelt Fry, which is tomorrow, right?
That's right. Columbia Falls,
Yeah.
12 noon, we start serving food, and those are all locally caught smelts right there in Pleasant River,
Cool.
Columbia Falls.
So, I mean, other than just the frying of food and plenty of food for everybody, what else is going on?
Well, we'll be teaching fly casting, fly tying. There'll be teen rock and roll bands playing
Cool.
from the Maine Academy of Modern Music. They're bringing in some music, entertainment. Let's see, we have tours of our hatchery. We have a salmon hatchery right there, and we've been running for 40 years. Our organization's 40 years old last year, so. And we haven't run the smelt fry since 2019, so we're a little rusty perhaps, but we're expecting a big crowd, probably 500 or 600 people.
Lots of
at the very
smelts,
least.
too. I remember growing up, my mom every now and then would cook up a mess of smelts or something.
Oh, yeah.
And they were good stuff.
Nothing like a good mess of smelts in
Right?
the spring.
Yeah. And this, of course, will help you raise a little money for the Federation.
That's right.
What is the purpose of the Federation?
So our purpose is to restore sea-run fish to the rivers of down East Maine. And that's, of course, Atlantic salmon is the iconic one that everyone knows of. But the sea-run smelt is another. And that's been very successful. That's why we're able to harvest 800 plus pounds at a time in order to supply what we need for 600 people in an afternoon. Wow. So we've done some dam removals, fishways, hatcheries. We have a land trust focus specifically on the river corridors to allow for campsites and shade on the streams and things like that. We do research. We get the citizens involved, citizen science so-called, so the anglers and the fisher folks can have input into what they're seeing, and so it's a combination of sort of field science and community work, education with the kids.
And it's working.
The old timers, and it's working. So we're actually harvesting fish that we've been able to sustain over time.
That's
and we
huge.
think it's a model for the rest of the state. So Washington County is leading the state in terms of fisheries recovery, and we've been a big part of that in the region. So we started in Washington County over 40 years ago with anglers and expanded into ecology and commercial fisheries like the river herring alewives, which are important lobster.
I was going to ask, right.
And they're also a sea-run fish.
Yeah.
And this is something everybody can take part in by going tomorrow.
They can come tomorrow, they can support us, they can sponsor us, they can sponsor someone else to go. So we keep the price low. It's $10, $8 for veterans, and everyone gets in. If you bring a family of 10 kids, you're going to come in. And so you can pay it forward. We've got a thing we've started this year. So if somebody wants to buy a ticket for someone else, they can do that.
Very
Please,
accessible.
anyone listening, think about doing that. And we have corporate sponsors, Airline Brewery.
Airline Brewing is going to be there. That's an important part.
Machias Savings Bank, Versant. We've got a long list.
Yep.
You can learn some things, eat some fish.
Yep. All right, one more time. It's in the Wreaths Across America Gym in Columbia Falls tomorrow, 12 to 4. So make sure to be there. And Dwayne, looks like we're about out of time, but thank you for joining us
Come
this
on
morning.
down and see us.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, we'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
All right, here we are. Some areas of the state dealing with a little bit of fog this morning. Have a look toward the northwestern areas before you see some reduced visibility down at near zero in a few spots this morning. For us, we're fine, but don't be surprised if you notice some patchy fog as you do head out the door this morning. Everyone else, though, is looking really nice out there. We're going to see a lot of sunshine for us. Get outside and enjoy temperatures in the 60s and plenty of sunshine. Will be a nice way to wrap up the work week. Let's zoom things out, though. We do have some changes on the way, and it starts with this. Before then, we get to enjoy high pressure, but we do have low pressure on the way from the southwest going to the north and east. And this will give us our next opportunity for rain on the way as we head towards Saturday night and a Sunday, a multi-day chance for rain yet again. Not what we need, but we do have that on the way starting Saturday night. So futurecast for today, this is that day to get outside. A lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds. By later on tonight, you'll be watching for a little bit more clouds on the way later on with a partly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy for the day for your Saturday. The opportunities for rain start to get going as we head towards Saturday night and the parts of Sunday as well. And then beyond that, though, we'll be watching for better opportunities for rain. But at least for early Sunday morning, we'll be watching for the rain moving in. We'll be watching it moving in from the southwest going toward the north and east. Notice how the isobars get stacked. That means some gusty winds will be on the way. And this means some moderate to heavy rainfall will be expected by early Monday morning. So make sure to keep an eye on that as well as you do head out the door on Monday morning. But once we get that line through, we'll back off as we head towards Monday evening. And some breaks in precipitation as well, but still some scattered showers possible by Tuesday afternoon as well. And that could also link linger into parts of Wednesday morning as well. So we'll have multiple waves of showers possible throughout the next several days. So we'll need to make sure to keep an eye on that. How much rain can we possibly see? A lot between now and at least Tuesday, with a lot of it kicking in as we head towards Saturday night. Maybe an inch or two of rain before we're all finished up. We're still quite a few days out from this, so make sure to keep an eye on this. We're still looking like several inches of rain, at least 1 to 2 inches at least, on the way for a few areas. Wave heights thankfully are low for the time being at around 2 feet according to the buoy. So of course, no small craft advisories in effect at this time. Our average high temperature is 59 degrees. We'll reach for the upper 60s above normal today. We'll be right at normal for tomorrow in the upper 50s, cooling off into the upper 40s Sunday. It's a little bit below normal, but back in the 50s and 60s by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and also into your Thursday. So a little bit of a roller coaster right here over the next few days according to the temperature chart. So your forecast for today, upper 60s, mostly sunny and awesome, and that north breeze at about 5 miles per hour. For tonight, upper 30s and a partly cloudy sky, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, upper 50s cooling off a bit, mostly cloudy, southeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. The rain moves in Saturday night and the parts of Sunday as well. Better opportunities for rain get going early Monday morning, continuing throughout the day. And we'll keep the rain chances going through Tuesday. Temperatures will be up and down. Upper 60s today, we're in the 50s and 40s Saturday and Sunday. Back in the 50s Monday, and back in the 60s again as we head towards your Tuesday.
Building new or replacing an aging deck? Take a look at high-performance Trex composite decking and railing from Hammond Lumber Company. Trex outperforms wood and is available in colors and configurations to fit every taste and price point. Your Hammond sales rep will help you with your design and product choices and can connect you with local builders. And Hammond delivers from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Make the most of outdoor living with Trex composite decking and railing from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Time to get out there and enjoy the spring weather in your new all-wheel drive Toyota. Because right now, at the Toyota Spring Sales Event, you could save up to $1,500 with affordable 3.99% financing on most four-wheel drive Tacoma models. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. So come get your savings, then get out there. Your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Spring into action. Toyota, let's go places.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you qualified to do this?
What? Especially when it comes to your finances.
Are you a certified financial planner?
I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP.
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say exactly that.
This spring.
Feeling great, feeling good, feeling great, feeling good, feeling great.
One show.
Metal.
Can. We got that! Is making it rain.
You're going home with $10,000 just like that.
25 words or less.
Best game show host.
Meredith Vieira.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
An unexpected guest breaks into a Michigan family's home and tries out their bed. The family in Bay County, Michigan said they heard their front window smash Monday, only to find it was a deer that had broken into their home. That's relieving. Local police responded to the call, smoking out the animal, but only after they snapped this photo of the creature, attempting to cuddle up on one of their beds. Officers were able to get the deer out of the house and send it back into the woods. No one was injured during this wild break-in.
Something they'll certainly remember for a while.
Right.
Well, finally, economic worries aren't suppressing the flying urge as airlines get ready for summer travel. Major U.S. carriers, including American Airlines and Southwest Airlines, say they are expecting a busy and profitable summer flying season. This comes after some U.S. carriers lost money in the first quarter of the year. Southwest Airlines reported a